we doing? Very good. Most of you screamed. One person said, fantastic. Thank you for answering. It's great. The rest of you just sound like you're in danger. All right. Are we all excited for the first story of the day?
Yeah!
Shout out the name of your favorite story. Yours. Wow. That was real creative. She's over there holding her mouth. She's like, oh, I thought other people were going to say things too. Well, that's embarrassing. And Deadpool, creative. All right, we're just going to do what was scheduled because obviously none of your ideas were worth anything. This story is a beloved bedtime classic, and it was mashed up with a very profitable licensing agreement. This story is Cinderpool. That's an applause cue, people. There we go. You cheer loud, it brings more people over here. Hi, Deadpool show here. Okay, bye. All right. Astigmatism is no laughing matter. Once upon a time, you know, it just doesn't feel right when I do it with myself. We should all say those magical words together. Ready?
Once upon a time.
There's so few of you and you still couldn't get that right. That's too bad. Cinderpool lived in a big mansion with his step professor and step mutants. The biggest of those step mutants, Colossus, was always making up silly rules around the house. He would say things like, stop putting your initials on other people's leftovers in the fridge. And, for the love of Feige, would you stop Donald ducking around the house? Put some pants on. What is wrong with you? Have you... Anyway, the other main step mutant, Negasonic Teenage Warhead, was always texting and rolling her eyes. She was so Gen Z. Both of these step mutants were very jealous of Cinderpool because Cinderpool had a much larger fan base than they did. Yeah, nobody came to Colossus's show. It closed in a week. One day, a non-union, expendable extra went running in front of the mansion screaming. King Thanos was going to have the biggest battle of Phase 3. And we all know that was the last good phase. Yeah. Cinderpool desperately wanted to go to that battle, but Colossus said, no. It is too dangerous, and you are not a good part of the team. Then he rips apart Cinderpool's favorite costume, and Negasonic blasts it with her powers. It was so cool. So Gen Z, so on fleek, no cap, sigma, skibbity, Ohio. Oh, that hurt me to do. Cinderpool was devastated, vulnerable and exposed as he stumbled across the mansion grounds, weeping, desperately trying to earn an Oscar. But then he looked up and saw, beginning to form, a magical golden sparkle circle. And out of that sparkle circle stepped his fairy hairy god mutant, Wolverine! Due to casting issues, the part of Wolverine will not be performed by the regular actor. Instead, it will be someone more talented and better looking. Me. Shut up, bub. That's the best impression you're gonna get. Oh, fairy god mutant Wolverine! I desperately want to go to the big battle, but my mean step mutants destroyed my costume. Stop whining. Find yourself a new costume, something that fits nice and snug. Oh, Wolverine, stop. So Cinderpool runs to the wardrobe department, grabs a new, freshly laundered costume, and heads to the big battle. He missed most of it, because he stopped for some chimichangas at the local 7-Eleven along the way. Yeah. But 7-Eleven doesn't sell chimichangas anymore, so he had to go to 3 other gas stations, and let me tell you, strange things are afoot at the Circle K. But when he got there, the Avengers were winning. Captain America looked so good in those pants. He looked for his fairy god-mutant Wolverine, but Disney hadn't bought the rights to him yet, so he wasn't there. He surveyed the battlefield and saw, as the aliens were running away, a single glove right there on the stairs of their ship. He went over, picked that glove up. Not that one, you can keep your drink glove there. It was beautiful. Gold encrusted with colorful jewels. There were 6 of them, I don't know if that's relevant. He said, "I wonder who this fits," and put it on. After a bunch of buzzing, whirring, and clicking, it was a perfect fit. But then all the Avengers look over and they start screaming, "No, take that thing off, you're going to hurt yourself." Thor started crying. And all together they said, "Cinderpool, do not snap." So we know what Cinderpool does. Cinderpool snapped. Both physically and mentally, does it all the time to just keep snapping. People are disappearing, reappearing, there's dogs falling out of the sky. Everybody's crying, and it was very expensive for the VFX department. Eventually, Cinderpool stops. Everybody was back, and Cinderpool was the hero who saved the universe. Then, all the Avengers tackle Cinderpool to the ground, rip the glove off of his hand. Blah, blah, blah. Years later, when they remake the film, they AI Tony Stark's head onto My Beautiful Body, and it goes on to become the most profitable film in the Feige universe, the FCU. But it's okay, because Cinderpool goes on to start his own film franchise, which breaks box office records. And then they had to invite Cinderpool back to the Avengers Endgame 2, Electric Boogaloo. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the true story of how Cinderpool became the belle of the Avengers Ball. I know we started with a Cinderella tale and kind of went off the rails in the middle, but I think we enjoyed it. Thank you all so much for joining me here today, and I hope to see you again for Storytime with Deadpool. You are wonderful. Well, those of you are wonderful. Those who are not know who you are. All right, thank you, everybody. You're welcome.